Hello again folks, it's Dean here from Dean's Beer Reviews. I only did one last night, but I've got a spare 5 minutes, so I thought I'd quickly do another one. Beer I was going to drink tonight, but I thought, why not review it at the same time. It's a German one. It's a wheat beer, or as they call it in German, Weizen, which means wheat. But they also call him, rather confusingly, Weisse, which means white. So it's a white beer, but it's a wheat beer. Brewed with wheat, and it leaves a sediment in the bottom, but it's one of those sediments that you need to pour in really to get the full flavour. Wheat beers are sort of best served, not chilled, but fairly cold, I would say, maybe sort of 6 or 7 degrees. And they're very refreshing. Depending on which one you get, they could range anywhere from deep sort of fruity flavours to sort of light citrusy sort of flavours. The one I've got today, a German wheat beer, or Weisse, is the Weisse of the Berliner Kindl brewery, that one. Now Berliner Kindl are a very famous brewery in Germany. They're famous for making low strength beers, as well. They make pilsners and etc. But this is their wheat beer, and it is by far the lowest strength beer I think I've probably had, and that I definitely am going to review. It's a meagre 3% ABV. However, that is going to make for a refreshing beer, and it's nicely cold. So let's just see what it's like. Comes in a standard 33 centilitre bowl, and I'm using a lager pilsner sort of fluted glass to drink it from. Nothing too spectacular, so I think this is going to be pretty straightforward. That's why it's going to be a quick review. But here we are anyway. I thought it was different, so why not? Pop the cap. Right. And there's the bottle cap. Very nice. Little kid hiding in a beer glass, so I don't know if they give beer to kids in Germany. I think they do, this low strength stuff. But there you go. That's why they've all got hairy chests by the time they're 11. There you go. Fantastic. Right. Let's pour this bugger out. Here we go. Cheers. God, it's a very, very light colour, I can see already. In fact, it looks like champagne. Not got much of a head so far. We can soon sort that out. There you go. It almost just looks like a lager. There you go. That is going to be refreshing, you can tell straight off the bat. Lots of carbonation, lots of bubbles. Looks like a lager, but is in fact a very low strength wheat beer. So right. Nice light colour, looks nice. Let's have a smell. It's a very... There's not much of a smell to it, to be honest. You don't expect it to be very strong because it's such a low strength beer. But there's definitely wheaty scents coming off it. Like if you've had wheat beers before, you'll know what I mean. It's that smell that you can only get from a wheat beer. Some of the head's starting to dissipate, so I'm going to pour a little bit in now, see if we can try and get some of that sediment going. There we go. Right. Yeah. So it's a fairly cloudy, very bubbly, golden sort of straw colour. Smell isn't really there, it's just a very, very light smell. Give it a taste. Cheers folks. My word. That's the strangest wheat beer I've ever tasted. Let me have a... It's like lemon juice. Although it's not brewed with lemons, it's like a tart, champagne-y sort of feel in the mouth. It's like quite a dry feel, but it's refreshing. Definitely needs to be served cold, this one, judging by the taste of that. It's virtually no alcohol. I mean, it's only 3%, you can't really taste much alcohol at all. But it's very, very lemony. That's the best way I can describe it. It's very lemony. It's well, citrusy. It's very, very tangy. That would be ideal at like a barbecue or something like that. Served not quite ice cold, but if you had it in the fridge overnight like I have, keep it out for sort of no more than about 10 minutes just to let it warm up a little bit so it's not freezing your palate. Yeah, there's not much more to say about that really. It's very definitely worth checking out. if you're into white beers and wheat beers, there's a lot of complex ones out there. This isn't. It's very, very simple and very, very straightforward. There's the bottle again. I mean, you could probably give that to a kid and they'd think they were drinking some sort of posh lemon juice. Because it's, well, more to the point, lemonade, because it's obviously carbonated. But it is, it's very, very refreshing. And as a summer drink, that will be perfect. I've just topped the bottle up there with the rest of it in, so I've got more of the sediment. So I'll give it a taste now. I've got the whole lot of sediment in, see if it's any different. It's ever so slightly smoother. Like if you've ever had like barley water, like orange barley water, as a kid, that smoothness, it's like that. But it's hardly sweet. There's virtually no sweetness. It's very, very dry. In fact, if you're used to sweet beers, you'd probably screw your mouth up at this one. But it's very refreshing. The sourness in it makes it refreshing and very quenching. So and this will be very food friendly. Like I say, at a barbecue, if you've got like greasy burgers on the go and greasy sausages, this would cut straight through. That would be ideal. Yeah, there's not much more to say about that, really. It's a very, very thirst quenching drink. That's what it is. I mean, it is a beer, obviously, but it's a very, very thirst quenching beer. In fact, the most thirst quenching beer I think I've ever had. So there you go. Give that a shot. It's not very expensive because it's low alcohol. If you can find it on the internet, or better yet, go to Germany and try it. Yeah, so that makes me want to try some more of their beer. So you may get another one in the future by them. So yeah, cheers, folks. Good evening.